Hi folks, welcome back to the channel. I know it's been a wee while since I've actually posted online. We have been doing a big house move and I have been tied up with everything. Added to the fact, when you're packing all your boxes away, you tend to lose everything, and I'd lost all my camera equipment, my microphones and other stuff I used to record the channel. So it's been a bit hectic trying to raid through boxes and try and find out exactly what I did with everything, as well as obviously get all the cars and everything shifted and move into the house. So Suzanne and I have actually moved into our forever home. This house was Susie's dad's old house. A cracking big house. We'd always planned on moving it down the line, you know, 5-10 years. Once Billy had passed away. Unfortunately, he had a heart attack last year in May, and we've had to get the ball rolling pretty quickly to actually go and get the house all organised. Sell our own house and then try and get everything organised to buy this one. Added to the fact I just spent a fortune on buying obviously the causes and getting them restored. So it's been a tight pinch. It's really been a tight pinch to try and get everything organised. But we're in the new house. We moved in the 2nd of January and we've literally just been chipping away at it. The only room I've really done anything to is this one, which is, believe it or not, the bathroom I'm sitting in just now. The rest we're just living in boxes. So we'll get to it eventually. We're just waiting for our architect to come back with all the plans so I can start doing the build. That means we can extend the house. I'm going to show you in this video where we've moved and what we've got and what my plans are. So just to keep you up to date on what it's going, I think it'll be quite interesting to put onto the channel and show exactly, what I do for a living as a joiner, building my own house, and then once the house is finished, we're going to then go into building the super garage that we're going to keep all the cars in. Unfortunately, I have to do the house first, not the garage, although I'd prefer it was the other way about. But yeah, it's going to be the house first. There's no other really new additions other than, oh no, there is, I'll tell you a lie. Since the video's been done, I've got another 2 Cosworths. I've got a 3-door and I've got a silver sapphire now as well. They're in storage at the moment as well. I have got a unit. I've taken on a unit to keep most of the cars in. I have got a couple of cars in storage at KW Customs for any of his customers to come and see as he does work to the cars. They can see the wrap that's done to Shadow and Escort Cosworth that's been ceramic coated and prepped in there. So I'm lucky enough I've got some friends that will help us out for that one. But everything's go. It's been a tough couple of weeks and months to get everything organised, but we're finally in and ready to go. So I'm going to cut just now and I'll join you outside and I'll show you what we're planning for the house, what the land I've got, which is quite a bit out the back, and what my plans are to put there, especially the garage. But yeah, see you in a second. We'll go outside. So this is us on the outside of the house. Freezing cold, typical Scotland weather. We're just about to get hit by the storm, so I'm just going to get a quick video. Nothing much to see in here. We are literally just been ripping this house to bits, more than anything else. There's been no building, so the place is like a bomb site. As you can see, I've got a big driveway to come from the front of the house up here. It's quite tight in here, so I'm going to have to get rid of some pipes and stuff like that to get the cars up. The van won't fit. It's just far too tight to come up there, especially with the wing mirrors when you're trying to reverse back. So we're going to try and get access from the back, which I'll show you in a second. It does come with a garage. Excuse the mess. Remember, we're still tidying up here. This is Billy's garage. He used to modify cars in here. Like he would, paint them, sand them down, weld them. I mean, he was a handy guy. So this garage has got loads of history in it. I mean, absolutely loads of history in it. Especially from obviously everything the work that he's done. It is a good size, but as unfortunately weather's taking its time tolling it, and you can see the roof's actually completely gone in it. I've supported it on that side, which I'll show you, but the back end's fallen off it. It's just tired. Unfortunately, it wasn't maintained when Billy wasn't able to, so it's literally gone to the wayside. I have got my motorbike in it, which I'm taking a gamble at. But that's it. So yeah, the rear end of the house, as you can see, I'll maybe move further back so you can see a wee bit of it. It's just a small bungalow, but the plan is on this one, this conservatory is going to get taken down, wiped out completely, and where this window is here, that's the bathroom at the moment. That'll be a walk through in here when the extension comes out to about this kind of patio that's over here. This patio is going to be basically our baseline, so it's double the size of the house there. And in this area here will be the kitchen that's through into the dining room here, with a cinema room that backs onto where this window is, and that's going to be Susie's dressing room in that window there, which will obviously face the side. The whole roof will come off it. I'll put a brand new roof on it, and then I'm going to extend it right down to this extension here as well, so it rises all the way up. So we're going to put the bedrooms upstairs with en suites. But that's not the fancy bit. The fancy bit I'm really wanting to do is down here. So I'm walking for miles. I mean, you can see the house is getting further and further and further and further away, and I'm obviously the back of the garage. It's here. You can see it's away. Unfortunately, I mean, I'd really like to use it very well, but it's not going to happen. But round, if I keep turning and turning and turning, this land here is where the garage is going to be. I mean, it's massive. Measuring from the back of the house to that back wall is 65 metres. I've got 65 metres to play with, so my garage is literally going to be across here. I think that's 14 metres if I remember rightly, from wall to wall here, and then from here to here we're taking up all the space for this, like a wee wall is here. I don't know if you can see that here, this wall here, and then back is going to be my garage. It should house 15 cars when I'm in, and squeeze the wind, but obviously I'm going to put ramps in it, and hopefully that'll give me space to get more cars in, which I'm obviously going to buy. But in the middle there, where you can see the tree stumps, shows the Mega Money house that came with the house, I'm going to put a bunker in there. I'm going to put an underground bar and like pool tables and stuff like that under. So I'm going to build down before I build up, but that'll come in due time. That's the plans for that one. I've got loads of sheds I need to knock down that are just going away, greenhouses that I'm full of exhaust. Obviously I've moved in straight away. But yeah, I mean, this is a massive project for me. I do it for a living, but we don't do anything to this scale, and it's certainly not coming out of my pocket anyway. So you can see just what we're playing with round about, but it's got so much potential. There's got loads of potential, and I'm actually really buzzing to get in about it. It's just we're waiting for all these permissions to come in and out of the way, so I can start emptying out this place and tear this all down and make, you know, this house a proper home. I'll show you inside the garage. It's not much to it, but I'll put up the camera and show you. Now, I have tidied out a lot in this garage, and she'll probably kill me for filming all this, but it was just full of old junk, which is unfortunate, but amazing amount of things that I've actually found. I didn't find my motorbike. I have stashed that in here, but you can see I've actually had to jack up the roof, and just to hold it up at the moment, I've had to put in temporary spars at the moment just to stop this wall from coming away. I'm really having a time and a half emptying it, but we've got oxyacetylene bottles and stuff like that for cutting. They still work, believe it or not. I checked them all and we're banging, but my absolute favourite thing to find in here is this. Now, it's a compressor, but it's a monster of a compressor. It'd be great if I could actually get some light to see it. It works. I mean, I found it hidden in the back underneath a bunch of boxes, and it works perfectly. It's got two controls on it as well here, so I can link, you know, an airline and sanding, like, you know, any air guns and stuff like that, and sanders, orbital sanders and stuff like that. I have obviously got the tools as well. I mean, there's loads of these tools to go with it that Billy obviously used. So I'm going to make use of a lot of this stuff. We've got step drills, you know, obviously the tabletop drills and stuff like that there. But unfortunately this is, I mean, I'm taking a gamble being in here at the moment, because it really does, it's due to collapse at any moment. But yeah, I was hoping to use this, but unfortunately I'm not going to get to, because it's just too dangerous. The floors are way in here completely. This pole here that holds the centre spar, I've had to jack it up again just to put some CLS in it, just to give it a wee bit of lift, because it was actually leaking in here and back in. When I jacked that roof up and then sat this spar on, that pole went straight down. So it's pretty much in the same position as when I bloody started. So, but yeah, we'll get there. As you can see, it is a bit of a mess in here at the moment. I mean, you got to remember, this house sat derelict for seven months. No, derelict. It was nobody stayed in it for over 7 months. It wasn't maintained. There used to be a chicken coop here that I've knocked down. There's still an old chicken coop there as well. I think there's still one at the front as well. If I look, yeah, there's another one there as well. So this was all filled with trees. When I first came here, these trees were, you know, sky high right the way along here, into this corner, and then came across here and back down. It kind of started dipping off a wee bit. This was just, you know, grass up to, you know, your knee height. You can see the roots that were pulled out. These ones here, we had to pull out with a 3.5 ton digger. There was up in this corner. I mean, they were massive. But there's access between from this point in the fence to here. That's just a grassy area. So I've applied to buy the land at the back of here so that I can make the back of the garage here. So all this area right round in here, if I go to the back, it'll show you just how much I'm playing with to move into and build the garage down the line. Obviously good trainers at the back door here. I mean, it's massive. It's really massive. You can see why we've moved, but I think I'm giving myself a lot of hassles to try and build something, something crazy. And obviously we've got our wee tykes. I mean, this is going to be cool. It might sound daft, but I'm going to. I've seen it done in a couple of shows. I'm going to modify this. I'm going to modify this, and I'm sure Kevin KW Customs will give me a hand to modify it and make it look stupid. But you've got to have a bit of fun. The house, I'll probably get rid of that, to be fair. This chipping, I mean, I know it's randomly showing you chipping. This chipping was only a couple of trees. The boys that came round had cut down all these trees that spanned from behind this here, taller than these ones, and right the way across. It took 3 lorry loads of chippings to get rid of those trees, and eventually we gave up, and then this was still the last that was left, so that's going to get scraped and just hidden in there down the line. We'll take away this wall, and this will just be a nice kind of grassy area here, and the garage is basically going to start from here, work down, and then cut across this wall and down and in and round. So this whole area is going to be a garage, and up in here where the original garage was, it's probably going to start running about here rather than anything else. The house is going to finish here, so I don't want to have the garage sitting looking at my kitchen window that's going to be here. So this is going to move back to here, and then the garage, I might just take it straight and across and into this area. If we get the permissions up the back here, then I'll maybe start building the garage further back and then creep it into here, so we're not taking away too much of the garden. I'm not a gardener, so I don't really want to be any gardening, but you can see just everything's just crumbling, unfortunately. I mean, a killer garage to actually use straight away, but it's not. So I've got loads of stuff to tidy up and burn, and I'm by no means a millionaire, so this is not going to be something that's going to be built overnight. This is a 3 to 4 year project, but I'm buzzing at it. Susie's buzzing to get it all done, dusted, and I think it'll be so much fun. This was what I kept my bike in when we first moved in here. So yeah, so this window here will get blocked up fully, and then that's going to be Susie's change, like what do they call the girls? I think like the changing room and stuff like that for keeping all our clothes. And then in here there's going to be a cinema room, probably to about kind of here in the hut to here is the cinema room, and then from here to the edge is going to be the dining room that will sweep in and round and into the kitchen area, which will come across and meet up by this wall that's going to get taken down here where the boiler is at the moment, and here this wee outbuilding here will get knocked down. So this will all be kitchen area into this section. So yeah, I'd show you the inside, but I'm not, because it's just a bit of a mess. But the back gardens, that's where it's at, and that's where we'll be building. So yeah, it's all good. So that's it for this video. Just a short and sweet one to say I am back on the game for this, and I will be doing a lot more content. The big house move has been done, so it's time to start filming what we're doing. We have got a project ongoing at the moment as well, so you'll see some updates really soon. I'm going down to KW next week, and we're doing some work on one of my cars. I'm not going to give the game away, but it's something that nobody's expecting. I'm doing it for fun for the channel because I can, and it's one of these ones where I'd like to modify my cars, but I always like to make them look as if Ford's designed the cars for me and made them as a special edition. But I'm going to do something a wee bit different with this car. I'm going to scene queen this one. I laugh and I joke, and I sit and see these guys that call themselves modifying geniuses, and oh, I'm a car modifying. You've only done 3 mods. You've done your air ride, you've done a wee bit of wrapping and a wee couple of bits of carbon and a set of wheels. That's it. And these folk are getting massive followers, and because they're pushing themselves out there. I'm not really like that. I prefer to just build my cars away and then just, this is what we've got. A bit of fun in the cars. It's not about getting a status and thinking you are something when you're not. I think it's important to have your car and enjoy it, and then if you get praised for it, then so be it. And if you manage to inspire some folk, then I'm all up for that. And if anyone ever wants, to ask any questions and looks for advice on building the cars, especially the Fords, and I'm always all ears for that. And I think it's a really important thing that a lot of people forget nowadays. And I really want to try and promote that with the channel and have a bit of fun, especially with helping out, obviously the boys like Kev at KW, who's always on hand to help me out with the cars. Boost someone's business like that. Kev works extremely hard and he does such a good job of him and Sam working in there all the time. It'd be a shame to not push out there and show, people for doing England, come on, bring your cars up here to get the wraps done, because anyone that looks at my cars, I'm really picky, and these cars are, immaculate every time. So it's handy to have that to go with. So this one's just about the house, a quick one to say we're back on it. You'll see an update soon with the next car that's getting modified. I'm going to take you down to the unit at some point. I'll show you the new unit with some of the cars that's in it now. I have got Minty down there, the GLS, the Mark 1 Focus, Escort Cosworth, and my new Focus RS. I'm going to do a reshuffle about. I need to take down a couple of walls to get probably another 3 cars in there. Blaze will be getting put down there and out the way. GoPro going dead already. That's good, isn't it? So thanks a lot for watching this video. Thanks again for liking and subscribing. I really appreciate everybody that follows and keeps an eye up to date on what we're doing. If you want to see anything else or you need to know something else, then please, always comment below. I'll always try and get back to you. I'll always respond and then see what I can put into the video, because at the end of the day, like I said time and time again, this channel's for you. I can see my cars and I can see the house all the time. I just want to give you content for something for you to watch. So click that like, click the subscribe, and I'll see you when I put the next video. Until then, as always, take it easy. Later.